Hey, it's Luke from websiterentalcoaching.com, and today I'm joined by Ty, who's got some cool results to share. So thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for introducing me to this. This has been a heck of a fun adventure so far.
Tell everyone a little bit about what you do.
So I own a company where we help business owners get business credit and financing. To give the
Okay.
short version.
Yes. And what was your challenge prior to joining the program?
Well, I have a podcast. I've had 700, 800 guests on our show. It's very successful, and I hear a lot of different concepts, a lot of different ideas. And
Yeah.
yours was the only one out of everyone I've ever heard that I was like, "Wow, this is like super cool and super fun," and it like meets all these check marks that I kind of had indirectly been looking for, meaning that, I'd like anybody else like the idea of passive income, right? And everybody talks about that, but I really wanted an opportunity that took the experience I'd already had in building a business and outsourcing and delegating and working with like virtual contractors and get into an area where I could offer something people really wanted and really need, and really truly create a passive income business around it. And that's exactly what you exposed me to. And it's everything that you said it would be, 10x better. Like, I mean, I'm literally just having the time of my life. I don't think I've ever had so much fun building a business as what.
So this points out a couple things. It's great news for everyone in the program, but it also says that my marketing sucks. So I'm going to have to figure that one out.
I'll take over your marketing. I got you.
I appreciate that, man. Awesome. And what made you choose this program over somebody else?
I don't know. I think you were the first one that ever exposed me to it. I didn't really know and see a lot of the other programs that were out there. Since then, I have. And it's interesting because I dabble around and I check out other groups that do all different models that they're a little bit different, but the same foundation as yours. And I've never found anybody that has you as an instructor, the way you teach, the simplicity of the system. The system was so simple, step by step, to go through and access. Every mistake I made was a complete avoidance of your advice. I mean, 100%. The only things I
Yeah,
did wrong were exactly, I'd go back, I'm like, oh man,
it was
he,
in there.
he told me to do that and I didn't do it.
I've heard that a few
So I
times.
don't know. I think you were the first one that exposed me to it. But now, after seeing everything I've seen and seeing anybody in this industry, you're still the guy I would go through. Because when I hear the complaints and hear the issues from the students in those classes and see what they're charging and what their little value they're giving, I just every time I see it, it just makes me happy that I made a wiser and wiser choice to go with yours.
Thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. It's always helpful. After going through the program, is there anything in particular that really helped?
Everything. I mean, all of it really helped. There was, part of the reason I got into this was I was like, this is going to teach me skill sets I never had before. I've never really understood Google. I've never understood SEO. And I have a company of people that do that stuff, but I never understood it. And it's so interesting now because I look back at where I've been since I started this journey, and it is astonishing the amount of that I have learned along the way and applied, and it all really works. So there's no way I could sit there and drill down one thing that stands out above them all. I mean, I love so much of it. I love all the aspects of SEO. I love the aspects of what citations do and the effects of citations do and the backlinks and how all that works and how Google business profiles work and the power of those and just getting ranked in those and the volume of leads that comes from it and how to actually sell the customers and what you need to say and the process there. It'd be impossible for me to pick one, but if I had to, I just like the overall idea of the power of being able to take anything I want and rank it. And now, like, I honestly, like, my typical result is I dominate 30 to 40% of Google. So on that first page, 30 to 40% of that is my results. They're all my searches that show up through citations, my main site. And then I always grab, the first position in Google Maps, obviously. And then I grab the first in organic. That's astonishing that I could just do that at will with any different company in any different industry. So it's like, that's the coolest thing to me is that ability that I've gained to be able to do that.
It really is. And most people don't understand how powerful this skill set and model is. It's crazy.
It's really crazy. And it's really, there's no end. I mean, in my primary business, we adopted this and we're doing this all over the United States. And I can go on and on about the value and how much money that will make my primary business. But then on the side, like I'm just having the time of my life learning all this different stuff. And then when you learn it and you apply it, you're like, wow, I can use it for this and this. You
Yeah.
experiment with this and this. And there's so many there's only so many case studies or case uses that you can have just from knowing that. It's so powerful, the skill set that you actually teach.
I found a lot of business owners have come into the program and used what I'm teaching to generate leads for their own businesses, in addition to creating the passive assets. Do you have an idea of the financial impact it'll have on you?
We're figuring that out now. The interesting thing is that like I just happen to be in what I didn't know going in, the hardest business ever to get Google profiles live. Like they just do not like my industry at all. So I can do at will almost any industry. I mean, at almost any industry now, in a month's time, I can go from doing the research, figuring it out, building getting the content created. It's all done for me now. It's stupid cheap to have it all done. Content written, website up, Google profile created, first position in maps, all within about a month's time. But for some reason, business credit finance space is like a nightmare to get approved with Google. So I'm still fighting that battle and I'm winning, but it's slower than all the other industries that I've been able to build in. So it's hard to measure yet the impact. But I mean, when somebody searches business credit, we'll basically, in the end, every major city in the United States will be first for. That's one of the things that we're working for. But ironically, my primary business is harder than the others that I've jumped into industry-wise.
The one that you have all the experience with is actually really tough.
Yeah, which is cool to me because I got to learn. You got to learn all these other industries, right? And that's one of the reasons I just love being an entrepreneur. But I'm one of those guys, Luke, where it's like somebody tells me something they do, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And then somebody else tells me what they do, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that too. So it gives me this ability to kind of like be part of all of these different businesses and all of these different industries. Learn the industries, learn the keywords, learn the services that are most popular, learn what people are searching for, it's really astonishing at how much knowledge I've just gained in general about entrepreneurship in so many different industries, businesses. So I don't mind that. I kind of like the fact that I've had to venture out to learn this across a lot of different industries because of the really, really cool things that I've learned along the way. It makes me great at parties because I can talk about just about anything.
Yeah, it's like you can help that business and that one and that one and that one. That's great. If there's anyone on the fence about booking a call to speak with us, what would you say to them?
I would say they like being poor. But I mean, I'm being serious. It's one of those things where I could tell you that I'm just having the time of my life. That's what I can say, is that anybody that's on the fence, you have to really ask yourself what your goal is. In my world, my income, my goal was I really wanted to create a cool secondary income. I wanted to learn a skill set that makes me really dangerous in the world and gives me the ability through years and years to come to go out and help other businesses, coach other businesses, be able to build my own businesses in those industries, to create truly recurring income, to be able to play in a space where you're offering a product or service that people really need. And that's really a big deal because that's what people will pay for. People will pay for something that they really, really need. And I'm a big believer, been doing this now for a while with you, that people overwhelmingly need leads for their business. And I've also learned that they suck at being able to do it. Like they suck. They do, right? Like they're good at truck shops or plumbers. They're good at whatever they do, but they suck at getting leads. They do not know how to do it. And then get to see them, get all these leads and make all this money, and how appreciative they are and how their income skyrockets, and the stories they tell me about what impact that has on their life and their ability to spend with their family. So I just can't think of many things that would be as rewarding as the experience I've had here so far. And those would be all the things I would tell anybody that's on the fence. It's just, it's like a checklist of a lot of extra money, really cool potential, really rewarding, and so many other things. It's just, it's a no-brainer what you can do with your training in the program.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on and share your experience. It means a lot to me.